Hey, I'm Reed from Emerald Lotus, a website that shares free weekly tarot resources and other witchy goodies. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing the Wow Harmonic Oracle unboxing, and I'm so excited to get into this one. So without further ado, let's just do it. First off, the box itself is so darn cool. It really grabs me in the way that it's shaped like this. I absolutely am obsessed with it. I was actually at Barnes & Noble recently and I saw this deck on display there, and I knew that I had it at home to unbox it. And even though I had it at home, as soon as I saw it placed with all the other normal decks, I was like, ooh, that one's so cool and different. And I was so excited to come back and unbox it, and I have been for a while. So right away, I also am obsessed with the fact that it's about the waking dreamer. I'm really curious about that, and if it's actually going to have a really deep connection to actual dreams or like astral travel or something like that. Oh, really cool inside. I love that this is yellow. The deck is actually circular in here, so really cool. I like how it holds it nicely in here. This is a really cool box. Okay, should I put it on display? Yeah, looks so good. Guidebook. This is a super cool guidebook already. I haven't even read a word of it. I just really like the way that it's organized. So it comes with a message, a meditation, and an inquiry for you to ask yourself about the card itself. Seems like there's actually a lot of other pages in here as well. So they actually have quite a few elements that the deck is organized in. So we have water, fire, air, earth, just like a regular tarot deck. So then there's also spirit and celestial and dimensional, which I thought was super cool. And this guidebook seems to do a really good job at explaining kind of what all of them mean and why they chose them. So it seems pretty cool. Definitely up my alley. So very excited to see the actual cards. It's also very cool how it's an oracle deck, but it kind of has elements of tarot already. This is the back of the card. Really, really pretty color. Again, kind of with that jewel tone color that I've been loving. Oh, these are so trippy. Okay, really cool. So we have the shadow of shadow, self-destruction, and then the earth of shadow, heavy matter. I love that they have shadow elements in the deck. That's like really one of my favorite things in an oracle deck. I also really love that they have the descriptive word at the bottom. I feel like it's really helpful to understand the image. And I feel like so far the word is really matching the image. Wow, really cool. And I'm really digging this so far. I'm really definitely getting the actual vibe of the elements matched with the card itself, just on a first impression. I think that's very smart and it makes a lot of sense. So to have your fire snuffed out would be to be uninspired, to feel let down, not to feel like you're able to do things. Like it's the shadow aspect of the fire element essentially. So if you read tarot, I think this would be a really fun deck to have to kind of deepen your tarot practice also. Air of Shadow, again here, this one is really cool as well. Having anxiety, just because when we look at the shadow aspect of air, it typically is anxiety. If you look at the negative aspects of like all of the air tarot cards, they're pretty much rooted in anxiety. So that's really cool. And then so the other ones are like rooted in lack of action, rooted in unrelented emotions or unhinged emotions. And then we have the spirit of shadow, which is star-crossed. This one's really interesting. The shadow of earth was heavy matters, which also makes sense as well. Yeah, okay, I'm really into this already and we're only a few cards in. It's very cool. These ones too. I feel like I like a lot of the like celestial ones. Very cool. Yes. So those were all the cards. I feel like there was a lot in that deck. 65, yeah, so there is quite a few cards. They were amazing. Like on first glance, this is 100% the type of deck that I wish and hope for all the time, because I feel like it is unique and it's deep, it has a lot of depth, and it's very interesting, and it would actually help you learn and heal. For this kind of deck, for shadow work, healing work, anything to do with like anything a little bit deeper than just the surface level readings, this would be fabulous. If you're going through like a major transformation, or you feel a shift, or you want to, I feel like this would be a super, super cool deck. Doing like past life stuff with this, doing after death, mediumship, anything, I feel like this deck would be really freaking cool. I mean, I haven't even used it yet, and I'm very excited about it. This is why I love this publisher, and I'm so grateful that they send me decks, because I don't know if I would have bought this just based on the name itself. I think the box is really cool, but the Wild Harmonic Oracle doesn't even do justice to like how interesting this deck is, and how abstract it is, and how it really plays with like your psyche and your mind, and it just feels very, very cool. Very trippy, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna shuffle these up and do as we always do, and pull a card and then see how it holds up in the guidebook. Okay, another thing I don't think I touched on at all is the cardstock of this deck is really nice. It's quite thick as well. It's very matte, but it is fairly thick. It's not too flimsy at all. It's quite nice. Nothing too fancy, but nothing too flimsy either, I would say. So let's see what message we have today. These would just be so fun to like read for clients with and stuff, and just like whip them out. I love how they're circular. Let's see what I need to know right now. Oh my God. Of course. Little Miss Anxiety over here. So me. I also have been feeling kind of anxious today. Going through some crazy changes, you guys. Whew, okay, so let's see what this one has to say in the guidebook. Fire. Okay. It's pretty easy. I like the way the guidebook's actually organized. Looks pretty good to me. So let's see what she says. As the interconnected intelligence falls into denial, it scares itself away from empowerment. This is 1000% how I've been feeling today. I've been feeling kind of nervous. I made a really big change, okay, you guys. Made a really big change that I'll talk about soon. And the big change felt great. And then, you know, when you make a big change, and then after a few days or weeks or whatever, you start to be like, shoot, did I do the right thing? And then you get a little bit nervous, and you kind of start to doubt yourself, even though you know what you did was the right thing. That's kind of how I'm feeling today, you know, like I was feeling so good, and then today I'm like, what did I do? So I am kind of falling back into that feeling of anxiety. So this card like could not be more perfect for me today, 100%. And what it just said in the guidebook as well. So let's see the meditation. Dark thoughts and frightful suspicions that tumble into self-perpetuating startlement and keep us from standing in our power and facing the unknown. This card indicates how one can interpret the mysterious in a negative way, and thereby elicit a narrative that scares us from our throne. 1000%, that's how I'm feeling. Oh my God, what the heck? When dire nightmares find their way to me, the sheer shock of their presence is often enough to keep me from positive action. Fear is a completely overwhelming energy that requires a truly heroic mood to face without a fight or flight response. When we can see through the narrative that got us all worked up, we can find a new description that unites instead of divides. Until then, this too shall pass. Inquiry. What fears do I nurture that keep me from my power? Amazing. I'm very impressed just on that one card. Like, there couldn't have been a card that was more descriptive of how I feel today. But first thoughts on this deck, I'm sure you guys can pick up the vibe. I'm really into this deck. I am so excited to work with it. I'm probably going to be working with it later today, off camera, doing some like deeper work that I want to do. And I'm really excited about that, because this deck is like 100% my vibe. I'm so happy about this deck. deck. Like, we just started off 2022 with a big bang because I feel like this is going to be one that I'm going to be using this year. I plan to do a lot of healing work in 2022. That is like my ultimate goal, and I just feel like this deck is going to be what I'm using, and I'm so excited about it. I feel like I haven't been this excited about an oracle deck in a while. A lot of them have been very beautiful aesthetically, where I'm like, oh, I could post that on my Instagram or my TikTok and it'll look cute, and it's like a very cutesy, nice deck. But it's been a while since I had one that I was like, I am going to use this. I'm going to keep this out. This is going to be for me. I'm not going to read for anyone else with this deck because this one's mine. Like, I'm putting my energy all up in this deck. I'm going to cleanse it after this. Might even do my deck interview tarot spread, which I haven't done in a while, which I'll leave linked below if you want to check it out. And I'm going to be diving into this one, and I'm so excited about it. Let me know if you want to see me use this deck in some future tarot spreads, because I'm thinking that would be very fun. Maybe I'll do that next week if you guys want to see that. Let me know what you want to see in next week's video, because 2022 is here. Can't wait to film some new stuff. I know you guys love the charm casting. I have a really exciting charm casting cloth coming out for my Etsy shop. A little sneak peek, it's actually about mediumship and connecting with like the divine or spirit. So it's a cloth specifically for that. A lot of my cloths have been very earthy up to this point, like what do I need to do, what am I doing? But this one's actually going to be used for working with other like entities or beings or people that we can't see necessarily with our eyes. So I'm very excited for that cloth to come through, and I'm just really excited for 2022, you guys. This is going to be a great year. I hope you're feeling it. If you're not, don't worry. It'll come, it'll happen, things will move. I just feel like this year it's going to be a lot of unlocking, a lot of opening, a lot of, you know, a lot of movement. It's the Lovers tarot card here, and I just feel like I can already feel that energy of like finding the two halves of myself and really feeling like the completeness, and a little bit of that Gemini energy as well, with like wanting to communicate a lot this year already. I really want to make more videos for you guys and hang out with you, have more conversation. Can't wait to use this deck. Really happy with it. Honestly, I don't even think I had any qualms with it or any criticisms at all. I don't think. I'm really excited to use it. So see you guys in the next one. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.